God bless you today. Welcome to our program that we call Coming Home. And today we're going to do a remote interview with Brother Dallas Riley and down in Idaho. And so I trust that you enjoyed the program. And our programmer is really just telling how Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever, and that he still changes lives. And if you would but surrender your life to him, he could change your life today too. And I pray that you would enjoy the program and Brother Dallas's story, how God changed his life. God bless you.
We have another edition remote, I guess we'd call it. We're kind of remote tonight. We're here with Dallas Riley, and he's going to tell his story, tell his testimony a little bit. We hope you enjoy this. If you think of someone while you're watching this that you think might enjoy this, feel free to invite him in and just see what God will do for everybody. We appreciate everybody. We can't say that enough. It's for you, the viewers, that we do this. Another edition of Coming Home. We're here with Dallas Riley, and he's going to tell us his story tonight. And I guess, Brother Dallas, you can just start wherever you'd like to tonight.
Okay. Well, I'd probably start my story back to when I was a teenager. And, I thought I was going down the road that was, just right for me. And I thought I had everything under control and didn't have too much of a care in the world, not a lot of tough decisions. And
you mentioned that it was sort of out of the blue for you.
Yeah, it was out of the blue. I was out of the house at 13 years old. I moved in with my brother kind of a little bit early to be out on your own, and it was a life of partying and rock and roll music, skateboards and drugs and alcohol and violence, and at an early age that's a pretty rough road. But to me, I thought everything was going good. And like I said, just out of the blue, I wasn't crying out for help. I wasn't looking for a new direction, but right out of the blue, God pretty much picked me up out of where I was at there in Phoenix and placed me in Idaho. And
So I remember just a time I called you, and you told me, I said something just out of character, I guess, and you said, "What did you do? Did you do something stupid, like give your heart to God or get saved?" I don't remember the word, but you said, "Did you do something stupid, like get saved?" And then it kind of went good for you.
Yeah, I remember being mad. I was mad at my brother because we'd been together my whole life, just side by side, and he up and moved up to Idaho, and I was mad. I told all the friends down there, I said, I can't believe he did that to us, and I was pretty mad. And it came to a point, I was living with my mom, and she was kind of setting the thing in order about. She wasn't real happy with the way I was living in her house, and she was about to kind of give me the sit down and, you may have to find a different place to live. And as we were sitting there, I just graduated high school, and as we were sitting there, the phone rang, and it was my brother. And he said, "How would you like to come up and take a trip to Idaho tomorrow morning?" And it threw me for a loop, and I thought, and I'm thinking in my head, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. But in my mind, I was thinking that, but my heart, something in my heart just spoke out, and I said, yes, I'll do that. And I made the decision right then to jump in a car with two men I've never met, drive 1,000 miles, and the next day we ended up here in Idaho.
I think the second day, I think we treated a lion. Not that was the deciding factor, but it sure made your day. I remember that.
It sure did. I always loved animals when I was little, and I believe God designed that week for me. The very first day in Idaho, we came out and went into the mountains. We treated a lion. Brother Randy Jones, that's one of the men that I traveled up with, him and Brother Alan Martin, and we just had a time of our life. And I remember meeting some men that day. It was kind of strange. We were sitting around eating lunch, and all of a sudden we're in this snowball fight, and I'm throwing snowballs at this man, and and I was just having a blast. And then when it came time Wednesday night service, I realized that man was the pastor, Brother Daniel Martin, and you know, it sure changed my thinking a little bit. But at the time, there was nothing extraordinary about him. We were just having a good time throwing snowballs. But
Right.
then when I heard him minister the gospel, that's when things started changing in my heart. He spoke about things that only I would know, that they were supernatural things in my heart that showed me that there was a God that cared about me.
And then, you know, God saved you, and we wanted to get to how that God's let you travel overseas and minister with your guitar and things. Would you share some of that with us?
Yeah, I shortly after I got saved, we started trying to learn the guitar and playing and singing, and had the opportunity to go to the Philippines quite often with my brother, some of the other ministers, Brother Alan Martin, Brother Frank Dutton, Brother Daniel, and you know, got the opportunity to actually serve and give a life over to service that might actually benefit somebody else. You know?
Amen. Amen. And your family, we know we talked a little bit earlier this evening about how coming home, and you know, here for you here to Idaho, what all home meant now. Would you tell us a little bit about that, Brother Dallas?
Yeah, I'd love to. Since I'd been saved, you know, God gave me the best thing that He could out of salvation. That was a wife, and blessed me with that. And we've had 3 children, and they're truly a blessing in my life. You know,
I think one of them is the age right now that when you left home,
17 years old.
a difference in your home. You know, God's blessed you with a gift to sing, but first you had a story you were going to tell about Dad or something about that, weren't you? Or did you just want to jump to telling about Brother Billy Paul and being down there in Phoenix?
Yeah, I'd like to tell that testimony about a little ways after I'd been playing the guitar. And just a short testimony. We had some meetings in Phoenix, and I just learned to play the guitar, and I was real excited about it, and boy, I thought that was my job. And I was getting ready to go in for service, and my brother asked me, he said, "Hey, could you do me a favor? Could you go get some batteries? We need some batteries." And it bumped me kind of wrong, you know, and I thought, I got to get in there to get my guitar ready and be ready for church, you know. But I could feel that was probably the wrong attitude, and so I kind of shut that down, and I went and got the batteries, and we came back into service, and Brother Billy Paul was there, Brother John Martin was there, and he gave his testimony. And when Brother Billy Paul was done giving his testimony, the altar just rushed full of young kids, and the presence of God was just incredible in there. And as the altar filled up, I grabbed my guitar, and we were moving stuff out of the way and getting ready, and I got pushed into the corner of the church, and the presence of God was so real, and I hit my knees, and I asked the Lord if He'd speak to me. And it was almost like He took a branding iron and just kind of pressed it down in my heart, and it just said, "Be a servant." And that was quite a thing for me to learn as a young Christian, and I tried to apply it to my life and put that into action, and I've never gone wrong ever by serving others. And since then, a few years later, the Lord put it on my heart to write a song called "To Be a Servant."
You've got your guitar here. Why don't you sing it for
Okay,
us?
I can do that.
You know, while he's getting his guitar, we enjoy doing this. And if you've been blessed, we appreciate what you say and your little comments and things. Appreciate you guys, the viewers. Without you, we wouldn't even do this. You know, it's you. So God bless you tonight, and enjoy this song from Brother Dallas.
When I was in a meeting, I asked the Lord to speak to me. When He said to be a servant, it's what He said to me. When I heard those words of wisdom, they meant the world to me. Ever since that meeting, it's what I've tried to be. Oh, I want to be a servant, one who works without complaining. Oh, I want to live like Jesus and give my life away. Help me find the lost and needy, and let me lend a helping hand. Oh, I want to be a servant for the King. Now when we read in the Bible, soldiers tried and true, they gave their life for others. God would see them through. So if you are a Christian and you need something to do, spend some time for others, see what God can do. Oh, I want to be a servant, one who works without complaining. Oh, I want to live like Jesus and give my life away. Help me find the lost and needy, and let me lend a helping hand. Oh, I want to be a servant for the King.